Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be checking out the Dynamic Trees mod, which changes how every single tree in the game works and how they grow, and they don't just grow through bone meal. You have to just wait and let them grow. Actually, bone meal does affect them. But yeah, let's jump right into the mod review. Before I get started, if you're at all new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button down below. It really helps me out. And comment down below what your favorite tree is in this mod. So going through what this mod adds, it adds a whole bunch of new seeds in terms of, not being saplings. But there are saplings still in the game and trees can still be grown the normal way. But what they are is you have your cocoa seed, your azalea tree. Every tree, even an apple tree, has a actual seed. But each one will grow at its own rate, and each sapling has its own seed that goes along with it. But there's also things that it adds, like a bucket of dirt, which is a little bit healthier for them to grow on. This item you can get in creative mode, but basically allows you to just kind of place trees wherever you want. If you're trying to, put a whole bunch of trees next to a castle, those types of things. But then there's also potions, which we'll get into more. That will basically allow the tree to grow faster, make it transform, grow quicker, those types of things that you'll see in the video. But what I want to start with is just a quick time lapse of our oak tree growing and seeing how fast that will grow. So I decided to put the time lapse at the back of the video, so that will be the last thing. So if you want to see that, go right to there or come back and look at more. But what we're going to look at now is we're going to look at the more features that this mod pack adds, or mod adds. So, as you can see, we got a normal tree, oak tree. What it allows you to do is you just take that out, you break that tree. I'm in creative, so it'll be a little bit faster. But what it'll do is it'll break down any branches will turn to sticks. You got logs, anything like that will turn into logs. Each tree is calculated differently. Since that was a really mature tree, it grew a lot of oak trees. And then, of course, you get the actual sapling. So this was an oak tree, so you get the acorns back. Now, acorns and anything like pine cones or anything like that have a chance of just spawning or being placed on the ground. If they stay there long enough, they might plant and grow, making forest having the ability to actually just continue to grow and grow faster. So as over time, if you build your house in a forest, it will kind of expand and change, which is really cool and really neat. But what we're going to look at more, not only with those plants, is we're going to look at the other features. So if I go ahead, take this bucket of dirt and just I'm going to place this so grass doesn't go around it. I got my bucket of dirt here. I go ahead and place that, and I'm actually just going to do a spruce tree. So we do a pine cone on it. As you can see, the tree's already growing. It already shot up. But just from it being on the bucket of dirt, it's going to be so much quicker because it allows it to have more nutrition, everything like that. But as you can see, it's growing. Now, there's four different types of potions that you can add to your tree. So the first one is the depletion potion, which stops the tree from growing. It does not grow. If you like a size of a tree, so if you have like a nice tree that's next to your house or anything like that, I point at those because I like the cherry blossom tree. You can stop it from growing anymore, and it will just stop. The next one is the Gigas, which allows the tree to become really, really big, which I really want to do with this one. So that one, we're just going to let that one go. Now, because I did that, you can bone meal. You bone meal the ground or the actual tree itself. And you can do that, and it'll just continue to grow. Now, if I go ahead and add this one, Potion of Burgeoning, which I don't think I pronounced that right at all. I apologize. This will allow the tree to grow quickly, which, as you can see, the potion effect has been affected to it. Basically, as you can see, it's just transforming as we go. But it's also got the Mega Tree potion, so it's going to become a really tall tree. Now, along with that, you can also have a tree potion transformation. So if you don't like a spruce tree, which I'm going to keep here, I might plant another tree to test how this works. But if I go with an oak tree right here, and I transform it, which I think I need to have another tree in mind or something. Cone, like this. I forget how this works. Dirt. Apologies. If I take this, put that into the ground. Okay. I'll have to look at how this works exactly, but somehow you can change the actual way of a tree grows. But yeah, so these potions are working though, these other ones. So this is going to become a mega tree that's growing really quickly. And like I said, you can use bone meal. And if you actually look at the dirt around this thing, so you actually have like roots that have grown into the dirt. I didn't mean to break that lighting. But yeah, you can see the roots have grown. Each roots are different, so an oak tree's roots look a little bit different than this one. But like I said, you can just keep bone mealing the tree. So the bone mealing is obviously going to make it grow faster. It's going to make it grow taller. But as you see, we got a mega tree growing. So if you really want like a really, really big tree, then this is exactly what you're going to use it for. And as you can see, this is going to be a really big, tall pine tree. And I actually kind of want to see where this kind of maxes out. So I'm going to get back to you, and I'm also going to look up how the transformation potion works. I'm going to get back to you when this maxes out and see how tall it gets. So I have the trees done. So I actually planted just a normal one and bone mealed it up to see how tall it would get. So that's about the normal size of a spruce tree, which looks about right. And then this is the mega tree. So this has the extra height and everything like that. So it's not that much bigger, but it's still, I mean, if you're trying to make a tall forest, you can definitely do so with this. And I actually used a potion of depletion to stop it from growing, because trees will eventually get to their max size and then all the leaves will just kind of shift. So that's the one negative with using the potion of speed, basically, is it will stop it from, you know, it will make it look like the leaves are going. And what I mean by that, if I bone meal this, it will kind of just do that. It will kind of flash the leaves. And you don't really want that if you're trying to make an entire forest. Now these do that a little bit, but it's just normal shifting. And it's just, as you can see, normal just shifting of the leaves slowly, but that looks fine in a long-term forest for sure. But what I want to get into next is showing you just kind of all the trees grown up, since they all do look differently. So, you know, you got the oak trees, you got this tree, you know, birch trees. I couldn't think of it for a second. But yeah, let's just show you all the trees grown up, and I'll just go through all the different forests because I think they look really cool. Starting off with the cherry blossom biome. So like, as you can see, all the different trees, you know, all the little branches, which I think adds so much more to the game. I mean, these branches can obviously be as thick as the actual full size because they are like that, you know, in the actual game. So yeah, I think this is a really cool biome. I think this adds a lot to it. And actually, I guess I can talk about the forest over here as well, because it's right here. So the forest, obviously, they don't make full-grown trees entirely in here, or else that would give you a ton of wood when you chop all the trees down. But the normal forest makes it looks so much better. I mean, it doesn't look as crowded, and it's very tall, which I think is actual, you know, real to forest is. And you also have like some smaller trees that are dotted around. It's not just all fully grown trees, which I think adds so much to the game. And actually, one thing I forgot to mention, when you jump on leaves, it will break them. It will break your fall, but it will also break the leaves. As you can see, that's what happened there. Same with branches. Branches will do the same thing. And also, if I also just remembered that when you jump on smaller branches, you can actually climb the trees. So if I go here, I think if I something like I can't be in creative. But you can climb the tree, basically. And I'm trying to figure out how you can do it, but yeah, you basically just climb the tree, and you can climb onto leaves, as you saw me climb onto. Yeah, there you go. If you see that, I climbed right up on this. There. It's a little bit slower than a ladder, but adds like a treehouse effect to the game. And as you can see, there you go. It definitely breaks your fall, that's for sure. But yeah, let's jump into more forest. So looking at the dark oak forest, this is actually a really cool one. This is really, really neat and really nice. But as you can see, the leaves are changing, but it's all very thick and a lot of trees. I mean, just a ton. And this is actually really cool. And looking from a top angle, it looks like a full forest, and I think it looks really cool. Now, the only thing I don't like is they need more of the actual mushrooms. I think they could add a lot more mushrooms into this. But yeah, let's jump into our next biome. So I have another two biomes here for you. First being the mangrove swamp, which I think the mangrove forest in general is very crowded. So this actually loosens up some of that crowd. And as you can see, the actual roots are a lot smaller on a mangrove tree, which I think are really cool and adds a lot of detail into the game. Actually makes the tree a little bit more usable. I think I would use this a lot more because it's taller and it has like the vine features. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of advantages to the mangrove tree now. But yeah, this is also another one over here. We have the jungle trees, which the jungle trees, as you can see, they're very tall. They're very thin, which I think is accurate to the actual jungle. But what it does do is it's still crowded on the bottom, and as you can see, there's actually roots from some of the bigger trees that hold on the bottom to hold up the tree, which I think is a really cool feature, as you can see. But yeah, this is just, it kind of actually takes away how crowded a jungle is, which I think you can actually add a little bit to it. I don't think it should be this open. You shouldn't be able to just walk through this, basically. I think there should be more leaves. But the feature of falling through leaves, where you can't walk on them, does make it a lot slower to get. Alrighty, so we have the acacia trees in the savanna biome, which I think actually look really good. I think these look exactly like savanna trees and acacia trees in real life. If you've ever looked up a picture, like this one is perfect, prime example of what they should look like. But I think these are really cool, and these would look really nice in a house, especially if the leaves stay that color, which they will when you're next to your house. But yeah, this is just a really cool one. Let's jump over to taiga biome, I think. So I actually have two biomes here for you. First one being the taiga biome, which, as you can see, we kind of looked at these trees a little bit. The spruce tree, just because that's one of my favorite trees personally, favorite wood type. But yeah, as you can see, they're kind of thin. It's like a pine forest. You actually can walk through pine forest normally because the branches aren't very narrow and they're not down far. So yeah, you can actually walk through this pretty well, and it's very open. I think adds a whole bunch to it. And I'm sorry it's getting dark out, which I will make it day. Don't mind all the chat. But yes, the actual birch trees here is an old growth birch forest, I think, which adds a ton. I mean, this is pretty cool. This actually makes birch trees look really nice because they are narrow in real life. If you've ever seen a birch tree, they are pretty narrow, and they kind of make it look more like an aspen forest, which I think looks really cool. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section. I think these look really cool. And here's more of the root color that I was talking about. That's a good example of everything. Yeah, so like I said, we're gonna jump into our time lapse. Feel free to stick around for that. But if you're not, please hit that subscribe button down below. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and if you have, please hit that subscribe button down below. I know I said that twice now, but it really means a lot to me, and I'm gonna keep uploading videos kind of like this, and I'm trying to get better at it. So yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed, and enjoy the time lapse at the end here.